I want you to look deep into their eyes and tell me you don't see the raw, untamed power! Today, we're gonna be talking about how these two folks, yes, just these two, can cripple even the most powerful characters of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. No longer is Saxon sucking. I'm just gonna stop there. All right, let's just go. So at this point, you should be well aware that the Super Commando touch-up has done wonders for the Mandalorians, beating tons of galactic legends out there. Probably one of the best non-galactic legend counters, things like Jedi Master Kenobi. But some people might be feeling bad that they're missing out because you might not have Maul. Well, I want to talk about something that I feel like is not getting enough exposure, and I think it's going to be a helpful tool for a lot of people that you can use in the meantime while you're waiting to get Maul down the road. I want to give a special shout out to Playbook, and please go check out their video, which there'll be a card in the top right hand corner and a link down below. Nothing but respect for this guy. I know this guy knows his stuff when it comes to Galaxy of Heroes. And to be fair, I wasn't even surprised when someone mentioned he made this video, because I've been a massive fan of this Super Commando touch-up if it hasn't been obvious. I had to try it and make sure it's on your guys' radar because gas is a common team, and this might just be the cheapest counter of all time. Okay, now listen, I know it's sudden for all of a sudden us to be all on board Super Commando and Saxon because they were literal trash for the longest period of time. We're past those days now. You should feel comfort upgrading these characters. I've been using them, for example, in Terra Turbo. It's been fantastic. Of course, I have Maul to make him good. And if you need some extra sugar on top, the Gauntlet Starfighter is one of the best ships in the game. So it's not relics that are going to go to waste. And the good news is, Playbook was able to make this work even at Relic 3. I don't know how much lower you can possibly go. It's going to be some trial and error, but definitely some relics are going to be worthwhile on the sim. So you can use them in territory battles and pull off funky tricks like this. And if I have to emphasize why this is working, Super Commando upper hand. Remember, they did a slight nerf to him where they made it to where the whole team has to be dark side Mandalorians or Empire at the start of the battle, so you can't use Watt, you can't use armor, Beskar Mando, the list goes on. But whenever a dark side Mandalorian ally attacks out of turn, they deal an additional true damage and recover 10% protection. Lastly, the way to make this work, really the biggest downside to the Super Commando touch is if the Mandalorians got dazed, the whole thing falls apart. So you want to mod this team, at least in terms of what we're doing today. Saxon and Super Commando, you want to get as much tenacity on them as possible. Speed is not important. You want to make sure you're resisting the daze, because once they get dazed, it's game over. Enough talk. So enough talk. Let me go ahead and show you this absolute madness of a battle here. Realistically, you don't even got to do anything. You just pretty much just put it on auto. Let me actually throw it on airplane mode just so we don't accidentally win. Look at that. Here they go. They start counterattacking. Look at that. Boom. And he's already down for the count. Now, you're just basically going to be sitting here. They likely, even when I had fives get the sacrifice off, it was totally fine. Still able to carry it through. It feels like it's scary, but I mean, they just win. There's really not much brain power going into this. I mean, gas is about to get up here, and I'm not even concerned about that. He's going to get up, and he's going to be knocked right back down so long as we resist this daze that's coming, and you resist it. And look at all that protection back. Look at all those counterattacks, and he's back down, folks, and they're just doing their thing. There are not many full auto type of teams that exist out there. Boom, down for the count, and then we're going to take care of Echo. Look at that. It's that simple. And we're going to get smashed. This is probably where those relics will come in handy again. This is a Relic 9 General Skywalker, Relic 7s and 8s on the clones. Just so you know, it's not a fluke. We are going to roll it again. Get all these other guys out. We don't need them whatsoever. Let them get in there, do their thing, throw it on auto. And again, that was with fives getting the sacrifice off. So that was like literally worst case scenario. Gas got up a few times. Let's let them get the work. Here come those counterattacks, which are basically guaranteed to happen so long as you don't get these. Hence why the tenacity is incredibly important for this to work. Let's go ahead, get those counterattacks over there. And all right, there goes fives. He should be gone here in a moment. We're going to go all in over here. And again, the daze is the most important part. We need to survive what's coming. That protection generation is another key thing for this to work. Let's see if we can get some more counterattacks. Look, we still have so many clones standing up. Let gas come in. He's going to try to do the daze. Doesn't land. We're going to just counterattack him back into the ground. This is crazy. How they, oh boy, I didn't even unselect. And so Make sure you unselect it, man. There we go. There we go. Counterattack him in the ground, and there goes Echo. And let me quickly put this on airplane mode again. I don't want to knock down Seppi. Was kind of to drop this down. Guys, it really is that simple. It's going to really pretty much come down to, do you have the tenacity on them to make sure they can survive? And depending on the relics of the opposing Skywalker, it's going to depend how many relics you're going to need. So for Relic 9 Skywalker, Relic 7 seems to be definitely more than enough. I think maybe you could eke by with maybe a Relic 6 or 5 on him. And I think 5 might be that sweet spot you want to hit to make this work. So I'm kind of curious if this will work against other things out there. The point's kind of driven at this point, I think. This works very well up against a full team of 5. Why don't we explore some other stuff? I'm not sure what other case this might work against. It's a great case to use it in, but you know, I'm not sure. So why don't we do this first? I want to start off by saying, will this work in 3v3? You would assume it'd be easier because there's less, but maybe it'd be harder because you're not getting hit as much. So let's see if this would be working in a 3v3 type of scenario. So we're going in, same thing, nothing really changed. Just 2 less clones on the other side of the field. Will that be a problem for us? All right, so your Captain Rex forms up. All right, we get our counterattacks in. Okay, no days. That's the important key, as we've emphasized. All right, so far so Gucci. Let's go ahead. Just throw it on airplane mode. Gas is down. Okay, all right. Then we're going to get Captain. This actually feels like it's working a little bit better because there's, I don't know. Let's just see. Okay, so hopefully we get some counterattacks. All right, that's down. All right, so Gas gets back up, and he's going to throw a couple hits at us. All right, cooldowns increase, which again means a whole lot of nothing. All right, we got a basic coming in. Okie dokie, and I'm not seeing anything go terribly wrong here without like Arc Trooper and whatnot and Echo. Ooh, that could be a problem. Less clones means usually Captain Rex gets popping a little bit faster in 3v3, but we got lucky there. The damage immunity kind of kicked in. I kind of got to double check if that's always going to happen or if I just got deadly lucky in that scenario. I feel like I may have just got lucky, but let's see what happens. All right, so ooh, okay, let's see if Super Commando can take this on his own here. All right, get a couple more counterattacks. Okay. All right, well, hold on. We're not out of it yet. Not out of it quite yet. All right, let's see what happens here. And why don't we try that one more time? So let's investigate real quick the reason why we're getting the damage immunity. So right here, the first time Pro Super Commando and Garsex would be defeated, they gained damage immunity instead. So that was working instead. I didn't get lucky. It just happened. Captain Rex should have nuked him, but you kind of get this last second savior type of thing where it protects you for a little bit longer. So that's good to know. It wasn't just pure luck. I saw it happen 2 times in that battle. Let's roll it again. See if there's any way. I mean, to be fair, you know, let's say you're kind of in a desperate situation. I mean, this still did a really good number. Again, these are like 2 old characters right now just blowing through gas. Boom, he's already down. Captain Rex, just like kind of the Wampa scenario. Wampa can sometimes work through gas, but Captain Rex is kind of your ticking time bomb that you got to worry about, all right? Doesn't matter, just do something like that. All right, so this is the battle where it's a little bit better. So Gas comes in, tries to daze us, getting a bunch of counterattacks. Boom. Okay. But at least you saw, you know, maybe if you're not working at Captain Rex fast enough, you might run into a problem. But here, it was definitely fine. I think if it was the non-Captain Rex variant on the Gas team, I think if it was just like Arc and Echo, this should be a guaranteed smackdown. But what about other teams out there? This might be a super niche but useful counter. If we take a look at, for example, all the big teams that we see in Galaxies with the spreadsheet I just released the other day, my team ranking video, unresistible days are going to be a problem. Unresistible stuns, the fears. That could cause problems. When you kind of scroll through the teams, it's kind of hard to see. You know, Isolate would cause a problem. It's kind of hard to see in what other circumstances might this work. Commander Luke Skywalker, Han's gonna stun someone out the get-go and they'll get nuked. Darth Malgus, lots of fear and all that other stuff. You can't recover protection. Gas might be just one of those weird teams that just happens to work. Phoenix, unresistible days. Trey's Isolate. I mean, Zori resistance, my concern is Lots of swarm attacks. You know, we could try it. I'll try a few things out. I'm going to see if we can try just like something of General Grievous. Not very typical on a high-end Kyber level. Kind of hard to see what other lineups who might have issues or might succeed in Mara Jade, Tenacity down. Bad Batch, Unresistible Days, Sonostaros, Tenacity down. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and see if maybe we could try out a few things. We have a General Grievous here on defense. The only downside here is, as you know, General Grievous could eventually ramp up the potency enough to land the target lock, and as you know, when you're target lock, you ain't getting the counterattacks in. So, you know, let's give it a shot. Maybe something will come out of this. You know, the problem is the first few plays are kind of under stealth. So, again, we're just trying to explore if this is something that might be reasonable for the Lions. And we already got target lock on us. Not looking great at the moment. Oof. Oof. All right, there we go. All right, we're starting to move a little bit here. Took a minute. All right, give me some more counters. All right, luckily Super Commando's kind of carrying it, but now there's the problem. Eventually, Grievous ramps up every time he's being resisted, and I don't know if this is real. It's kind of a funny thing. This seems like this might be kind of like a one-trick pony type of thing here. I'll throw one more thing here. I mean, there's no Omicron on Zori, so she can't get the exposes to apply. Her high tenacity should mitigate exposes. My concern here is there is a lot of swarm attacks type of things going on here. So, and this might be kind of a dumb thing to try, but hey, that's what we're here to do. Let's see if this will work out. Again, my suspicion seems to be gas just might be that perfect storm where something like this can work. All right. Okay. There we go. Getting some counters in there, getting our protection back. All right. One of them. Ooh, and they got days locked in. That's game over right there. Very wishful thinking. Yeah, the increased potency should overcome all that tenacity. Before we wrap up, how about we try maybe just doing a full team? I'm not sure if a full team's going to work out here because, again, the whole core concept is getting Super Commando and Saxon to just counterattack when they're by themselves. You basically guarantee that they'll be hit. So, I don't know. Let's see what we can try out here. So, oh, yeah, the potency's just way too darn much for it to work out. Yeah, okay. I think the point's kind of clear right now. I think we're going to wrap up the video right there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. This was a lot of fun to see. Again, we got to keep in mind, this team was basically useless, garbage, trash. If it wasn't for their ship, there'd be no reason to touch those guys. But now with that Super Commando touch-up, amazing with Maul, I think you can have a nice utility knife in your back pocket. It's kind of a one situation type of thing, but that situation is quite common in a lot of areas of Galaxy of Heroes. Leave that like, comment down below, subscribe so you're not missing a thing, and always remember, my friends, that it's great to be in the Empire today.
The sun never sets. We dominate. We're stronger together.